Today, I'm going to be breaking down Chemical by Post Malone, where as usual, I will be talking you through the various elements that I'm picking up on as we go through it. Now, for obvious reasons, I can't break down every single element of the song because we'd be here forever. So if you want to, grab yourself a pair of headphones, listen along with me, and let me know some of the things that you identified in the comments down below. Also, if you have a song or an artist that you would like me to review, go ahead and pop that into the comments also. Let's get it.
Oxytocin making it all okay. When I come back down, it doesn't feel the same. Now I'm sitting around waiting for the world to end all day. Cause I couldn't leave you if I tried.
Banging, oh mate, banging note. The way he takes us up there, right? Hits that absolutely spot on. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I really like about the opening of this track. So number one, I really like the fact that they build us into the first verse, right? So if you pay attention, they open us up with just the lead guitar, and that's doing two things. It's setting the overall vibe, feel, and tone of the track, but it's also setting the rhythm, right? So it's giving you an idea of the kind of tempo that the track is going to be at. Then we get the bass. Then we get the hi-hats and the snares, and then when we hit the first verse, we get the kick drum. Now, the fact that they've decided to go for a mid-tempo beat is really, really smart, in my opinion, right? Because you got to think about what this track or what this song is about, right? This song is about somebody who's in a toxic relationship. They know they're in a toxic relationship, but because of the chemistry between them, right, they just can't get out of it, right? Hence the title. Now, when I think toxic, right, or those kind of toxic situations, I think heart pumping, blood rushing, adrenaline going, right? So the fact that they've used this kind of mid-tempo, and they've done it on purpose, right? They're using the mid-tempo beat to kind of get that across. Do you know what I mean? That kind of rush of those kind of toxic situations. So really smart that they've gone down that route. They could have gone down another route where it's all kind of slow and it's all, but they haven't. They've chosen to go down this route, and I actually think it's the perfect choice. We get the reverb on Post Malone's vocals, right? And again, it's done to absolute perfection. It's not too much where the vocals become kind of overpowering, or you start to get phrases kind of like overlapping or kind of bleeding in to one another. But then when you mix those vocals, right, with the simplicity of the track, right, it really helps to get that message and the emotion behind the song across. And then on top of that, you've got signature Post Malone vocals, right? You've got that vibrato at the end that you hear, and for anybody who doesn't know what that is, that's kind of when the vocals shake or they quiver, and like I pointed out at the start, he kind of then takes us into that high note, and it's absolutely stunning. So listen, instrumentally, structurally, in the arrangement and the way everything's coming together to kind of not just push the message across of the song, but to kind of set the actual tone and the vibe of it, is absolutely perfect.
You break me, then I break my rules. Last time was the last time too. It's fucked up, I know, but I'm still outside of the party, smoking in the car with you.
I love Post Malone, man.
Seven Nation Army fighting at the bar with you. Say that I'm sorry, tell me what I gotta do. Cause I can't let go. It's chemical. No, I can't let go. It's chemical. Every time I'm ready to make a change.
Okay, right. So, couple of things that I really like about the chorus. So the first one is I like the fact that they haven't stepped it up too much, right? Now, with other genres and other types of songs, right, what you will get is you'll get sort of like the first verse and, you know, that's kind of doing its thing. And then we get into the chorus and all of a sudden we get this massive uplift, right? Like it's big, it's in your face, it's full, it's powerful. They've thrown all sorts of instruments in there to really give it that effect. Here, they haven't done that, right? They have upped it a little bit, right? So if you pay attention, the kick drum is a little bit more prominent within the track. Also, the guitars, right, that are playing those longer notes or strums in the back, right? They're much more prominent as well. And that's where that additional kind of padding within the chorus comes from. But I think it's a smart move, again, that they haven't gone for this big, powerful chorus out of the first verse, because I think it would just sound quite disjointed. Secondly, I like the fact that we get various ranges from Post Malone within the chorus. I like that they add those sweet harmonies towards the back end. And again, being very smart with the production here, right? They're not too much. You can hear that they're there, right? And it's enough to kind of add a richness and a sweetness to the vocal, but they're not cutting through the instrumental. And then, of course, we've got the key change that happens within the chorus as well. And that's just a really nice touch, man, just to kind of have a shift and a change within the track, just to kind of keep things fresh. And it's nice for the ear, man. So listen, so far, like, it is spot on, right? In every single way.
You turn around and fuck out all my brains. I ain't trying to fight fate. It's too late to save face. I can't get away. Maybe there's no mistake.
Layer vocals here. Follow up vocals.
Last time was the last time too. It's fucked up.
Okay, right. So this is the point that I was trying to make about the chorus in the first chorus, right? So you notice in this chorus, much more bigger, much more fuller. They've obviously got some more instruments in there. But another thing, right, that they're doing in this chorus to kind of pad that out even more, make it a bit bigger, is that the harmonies are much more prominent. You know, well, at least what I'm hearing anyway. There's the layers that they're applying to the vocals are, again, much more prominent. But also, we've got some follow-up vocals, right, that occur as well. So when you throw that in with the additional instruments, it kind of pads that chorus out and makes it bigger. And I think it's the right time to do it within the track, because as you can hear, it doesn't sound disjointed at all. It's absolutely the right time to do it. Again, perfect. Vocal runs as well down there. Keys in there, pianos. Perfect outro.
No, I can't let go. It's chemical.
My guy loves a cigarette, you know. Okay, so quick summary of the track. So firstly, I really like how they opened the track up and the fact that they kind of build us into the first verse, meaning, you know, they don't just go ahead and throw all of the instruments in at once from the get-go, right? We start off with the lead guitar, that's then followed by the bass, that's then followed by the hi-hats and the snares, and when we get into the first verse, that's when the kick drum drops. I liked the simplicity of the track. I think, you know, you combine that with the instruments and that kind of mid-tempo beat, it does a really, really good job of conveying the message and the emotion of the song. I like that they didn't step the chorus up too much. As I said in the video, I think if they had gone too big from the first verse, it would have made things sound disjointed. They did, you know, kind of uplift it a little bit. So if you pay attention, the kick drum is definitely more prominent, and the strumming of the guitars is definitely more prominent. So that's what's kind of padding that out. But yeah, I think it was a smart choice to kind of only step it up a little bit, rather than kind of do the whole go big or go home thing. I like the vocal touches. So, you know, especially earlier on in the song where we had kind of more subtle reverbs, more subtle harmonies, but then also how they stepped it up towards the back end of the track to make that final chorus, or to at least help make that final chorus big, with things like, you know, layered vocals, harmonies, ad-libs, follow-up vocals, vocal runs, all of that sort of stuff. Overall, listen, this for me is an absolute banger of a track. I like the message of the song as well, and yeah, it's definitely going on the playlist. Okay, that's it from me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you in the next one.